Hey guys, Mr. Milton here. Today we are going to solve inequalities with variables on both sides. Going into solving inequalities, remember we approach them very similar to how we solve equations, the difference being that if we multiply and divide by a negative number, we have to remember to flip the sign. So the point of this is just to go through some problems with you and how to graph them, and hopefully this is the last video you'll hear my voice like this. Okay, so just like in solving other inequalities, we solve inequalities with variables on both sides of the inequality the same as we would with equations. Cool, what I just said. So here, let's just go through some examples since there's no new concept really to go through. All right, so remember we're solving for x. We want to make sure that we keep it positive if possible. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. That will leave me 2x minus 4 is less than 8. To get x all the way by itself, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Or sorry, add 4 to both sides. And that will give me 2x is less than 12. I'll divide by 2, and x will be less than 6. Okay, graphing it, less than, open circle. Going less than to the left. Alright, number 2. Distribute here. 2x minus 10 is greater than or equal to 5x plus 11. Subtract 2x from both sides. And so I'll have negative 10 is greater than or equal to 3x plus 11. I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. So I have negative 21 is greater than or equal to 3x, and then I'm going to divide by 3. And so when I do that, I'll get keep it on the same side. I'll get negative 7 is greater than or equal to x. Now when I write this on my own, I'm going to write this down here with the variable leading, since I'm graphing the variable. Make sure the closed part of the inequality sign is facing the x, negative 7. Alright, so my number line, negative 7 here, closed circle going to the left. Okay, number 3, 6 plus, I'm going to distribute on this side, 4x minus 12 is less than or equal to 9x minus 16. Okay, I'm going to combine my like terms. Remember that if it's on the same side, you do what the sign says. So we have 6 minus 12, which ends up being negative 6. 4x minus 6 is less than or equal to 9x minus 16. I will subtract 9x from both sides. Subtract 9x, and that will give me negative 5x. I'll add 6 to both sides. Is less than or equal to negative 10. To get x all the way by itself, I have to divide by negative 5. Okay, I'm going to divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. So I'll get x is, we just divide it by a negative number. We have to remember to flip our sign. So I'm going to flip the sign here. Greater than or equal to 2. 2. Greater than or equal to, so it's closed in, greater than, going to where numbers are bigger than 2. Numbers like 5 would be here, 0 would be here. Alright, last problem, it's a proportion, can't get away from proportions even if it's an inequality. So we solve it the same method, cross multiplication. So I have 6 times 2x minus 4. Is greater than, actually let me think about that sign a little bit. And I have 9x minus 1. Alright, so if I multiply both sides by 6, multiply both sides by 9, 9 would be, over on this side, would be greater than. Okay. I will distribute this 6 to both sides here. 12x minus 24 is less than 9x minus 1. Okay, there was a little bit more thinking here than there would have been if it was just an equation. But if we multiply both sides by 6, 6 comes over here. If we multiply both sides by 9, the 9's cancel out here and end up over here. So the sign didn't have to change, but because I wrote it backwards, it did. All right. So I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides. I have 3x. Add 24 to both sides. Equals 20. Oh, equals. Ooh. Add 24 to both sides. That should have been a 9. I did not check when I distributed the first time. And that will give me 15. 3x is less than 15. Divide by 3. And x will be less than 5. Okay, so at 5, open circle, less than 5, numbers like 5, 10 here, goes this way. All right, so a few examples of solving inequalities with variables on both sides. See ya.